Alright guys, we're going to be going over the new champion Gwen, the Hollowed Seamstress, all of her abilities and everything we know from Riot posted in different sources, but if you haven't seen the gameplay trailer, we're going to watch that now. Those are Isolde's scissors, if you know the champion we're talking about.
Needles, thread. These were my maker's tools. I won't take her gift for granted. What a strange.
And now we are going to keep going over more after this video, but immediately, if you hear what she said, scissors and thread, those are my maker's tools.
Scissors, needles, thread. These were my maker's tools.
Very important, keep that in mind.
I must make sure it stays that way. Still can't believe I get to move my hands and feet all on my own. No time to rest. Another down. I'm getting good. What happens
We'll
next?
reset
I get to
mechanic.
decide.
And there you go. Riot has made a cool champion. Good job. And now, while the other champion trailer comes out, the teaser, I'm going to explain what's happening based off of the comments I've been seeing. So, Isolde, which is Viego's wife, or wife in some past life, her spirit was broken into multiple fragments. One was into Senna, and one was in this doll. And it looks like there are just a bunch of different bits and pieces to Isolde, and Gwen is going to be one of them, if I'm understanding correctly, which is a very interesting way to get a bunch of champions out of this Ruined King event, to say the least. But essentially, Riot has released this video. They've released a champion trailer. And we're going to go ahead and finish up this video, and then we're going to talk about everything we know about all the abilities, and it's been broken down quite well. Go. Now on to the abilities. This is what all the true sweaty nerds care about. Now for the rest of this video, we're going to be going over her abilities and her potential abilities, because you can pretty much dissect all of her stuff from this video. But first things first, we're going to go down the list of comments, and it looks like she does have a CC immunity ability, as she did walk through the Maokai ult like it was nothing. And she also did end up walking through the Elise Spider, so she might actually be immune to skill shots and all attacks during her field effect. Now, as someone else mentioned as well, it looks like she has some sort of dash steal or dash reset mechanic. She only dashes when another champion uses a movement ability nearby in the video, but that's probably just a coincidence. It looks like she probably just has a reset mechanic, to be completely honest, where you get a kill and you get a reset. For her passive, it looks like it might be it's how many times she auto attacks with her scissors. We're not exactly sure how it stacks based off of her field ability or potentially the amount of abilities you hit, but it looks like she is auto attacking Kha'Zix multiple times during the Swain Kha'Zix fight. It also looks like certain abilities stack blades around her, and she can pretty much use an ability to launch them all out. Maybe she's building up blade stacks and then she can fire them as a projectile. But for sure, she does have that dash. She's got that CC immunity field, and some people think it's her ultimate. And now here's a fun part for the comments. We've got a bunch of different abilities and mechanics, and we want you guys to help us decide what do you think is what ability. We're gonna match the abilities and mechanics with the letter. So is it a Q? Is it the W, the E, the R? So we know that she has a slash with scissors. She has a snip with scissors. She throws in needles that marks targets. She has a dash, which is probably a reset. She has a no CC zone, which is probably her ultimate. You can move to your no CC zone, and you can throw a volley of needles, which might be your W. That's what some people think. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. And now guys, this is where we get into the fun part, the community reaction and also the comments that come from Riot from the deepest and darkest corners of the internet. So first things first, someone who used to work for Riot, who worked on the champion I believe, commented on Twitter, "I don't speak for Riot as I'm no longer working there, but now as an independent as any other player, I want to ask, please stop with asking why Gwen isn't doll enough or too anime waifu like, plus knee-jerk reactions. This was developed by a passionate team that worked incredibly. So it looks like an ex-Riot employee is actually offended by the fact that people are asking Gwen to be more anime waifu like, which to me is so funny. I can't even imagine being offended over something like that, even if you worked on a project. I don't know. Anyways, moving on to the next thing. He then goes on to say, please show respect to devs that worked months passionately into these projects. If you have criticisms, be kind and give feedback thoughtfully, but most importantly, ask why and be open-minded with curiosity before coming to conclusion and disliking the whole thing. To me, this is a little strange because it seems to be well perceived from everything I'm seeing personally. But I more so just think this whole thing is funny because you really can't control the internet, and especially with a community that has been bred to be so toxic, such as League of Legends, it's just inevitable and kind of funny to even try. But you know what? I respect the effort, I truly do. And something else that's cool that Riot Reeve posted is that he does plan on making a new champion roadmap once Gwen is on live servers. So that's one of the most fun things I look forward to personally, because you get to see like all the new champions and sneak peeks and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that personally, and I guess we'll get to see it pretty soon. And now it seems like a lot of people are offended that Riot made a champion that is just the worst possible influence towards children. This champion is running with scissors, and while there's one rule to League of Legends, don't chase Singe, there is one rule to being a child, and that is never run with scissors, and it looks like Riot Games literally hates kids. But moving past that, if you look at Twitter and other sources of forums, you can basically see that this new champion is a great success. Everyone loves her in general. Her kit looks like a lot of fun. She looks pretty cool. And while there's some questionability as to the way a champion looks like pretty much every single time, because you're going to have the freaking alien lovers versus the anime waifu lovers, you can't please everyone. But the kit is a great success so far without knowing all of her numbers and if she's overpowered and whatnot. Looks like she is going to be well received, and I look forward to making a gameplay video on her personally. The new champion should be out in a few days onto the PB, and we'll have a gameplay out then, so be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on and leave a like if you enjoyed this breakdown and run through. Other than that, there is something I need to talk about because apparently it wasn't obvious. I made a storytime video explaining how I was unfairly banned on my old main account from back in Season 2 by saying dunked in all chat. I was just telling a story. That account is so old and my main account's not banned. I'm still making League of Legends videos. I've just been dealing with something that has been making it hard to do literally anything. But I'll be back. I will be posting League content forever until Riot kills the game with their terrible decision makings. Don't worry about that. I just wanted to let you guys know. I love you guys. Have a good day. Peace out.